Hello and welcome back to The Ties That Bind. My name is Will Humphreys, and here on this channel I make tutorials that are simple in order to help you make it easy to do your family history and temple work. And today we're going to be building upon the video I did last time, which was all about the quickest way to find a member of your family tree to download so you can print and take them to the temple and enjoy that experience in that unique way. Well, this time we're going to go just one step above that. We're going into the tasks list in the Family Tree app so that you can do a little bit more digging, get used to finding some original names that need to be reserved, and unlock the blessings that go with learning more about your family tree. So let's get over to my phone. Okay, so we are here and we're going to go right into that Family Tree app there in the middle left. And there we have the task list that's already been pulled up. Last video, we spent most of our time in this temple icon there at the middle and the bottom. And again, those, just to recap, those are names that either you found before and have reserved, or other people in your family line have found and reserved. And so those aren't necessarily unique findings that you have discovered. Those are a lot of times work that other people have done. And that's just a quick way for you to take a family member named to the temple. But what we want to do today is start looking for people who need to have work reserved. So by clicking on tasks, we're going to pull up a whole bunch of different information. In the upper middle section, you'll see that there's all, hints, and then temple. If I click on all, that's every task that every ancestor in my family tree needs to have done that's been identified. And there's every little icon on the right-hand side of the person's name directly correlates with what type of work or task needs to be completed. Since we're looking for temple names, we're going to go over to that temple button on the far right, and it pulls up everyone in my task list who has some temple related to do. So if I look at those green icons, which are the ones we want, we're going to find individuals who have all sorts of temple work that needs to happen. Let's click there on August Hobein in the middle. So this is somebody's name who's already, their temple work has been found, it's been reserved, and it's shared with the temple. So if I couldn't find anyone in my temple ordinances ready section in the middle, I could come here and continue and then request those from the temple so that I can go take them and do the work there. But that's not the same thing as finding someone who has work that needs to be reserved. So let's go up one to Dora Hobein. Oops, I clicked on her name. Again, the distinction there, if I click on the name, I go into that person's account. I go into that ancestor's details. What I want to click on is the green temple icon. When I click on that, we have an individual who's been deceased who needs their sealing to spouse performed. This has not been reserved, and this would be a unique find for me. So I'm going to hit continue in the upper right-hand corner. And there's this reminder page that comes up that basically specifies who we can do ordinances for. It's really important information. I'd recommend that you read that at least once. But in future reiterations, it's going to feel just like a necessary step, kind of like checking the conditions and terms box. When I check that, at the bottom, the blue becomes highlighted, allows me to reserve this family name uniquely. And remember, like always, I have the ability to learn more about that relationship, but watch what happens in the middle section, that little blue icon in the temple danced. If you missed it, go back and watch. It's a small thing, but it's an indicator that the person from my task list has moved now to my temple ready place. So if I go to that temple ready button, Dora Hobein now becomes at the top of my list. And now I can do all sorts of cool things. Like, so if I want to take her to the temple and do some sealings, I can do sealing to parents there, which is what's needed. And then from there, I get the QR code. The QR code allows me to just take this down to the temple and have them scan it. And there at the temple office, they'll print it out, the paper for me to take upstairs. Or I can go view cards there in the middle, and that takes me to the PDF document where I can print it out. All I need to do to print is in the upper right-hand corner, those three dots. I hit share, and then I'll share it with whatever printer is on my Wi-Fi network. So that is a unique find, and it's cool because it took a little bit of extra work. It's not significantly more, but already I'm getting in that mindset around digging for people who are falling between the cracks and making sure that all their temple work is done. And so with that in mind, it gives me inspiration to want to continue digging further. One thing I'd also recommend is that as we find these names is to try to do some research on them. In the app, you can find the relationship to you, you can find people, and maybe even ask some of the people in your family if they knew or have heard anything about the individual that you're doing work for. Whenever we get those stories, it becomes a lot more real to us. So guys, thank you for watching. If you have any other videos that you would like to be made, please put those in the comments below. Until next time.